guys, it's Carolyn and welcome back to my channel. Today is Sunday, so I am doing my weekly meal prep and I thought it'd be fun to bring you guys along and show you what I am going to be making. I usually make the same items each week. It's usually an egg casserole, some sort of healthy muffin, mason jar salads, and some chopped veggies to snack on. But I do vary the recipes each week so I don't get bored. So let's get started with the egg casserole. I always start with 12 eggs and I'm just going to go ahead and crack these really quick. So next I'm just going to add a big splash of almond milk. And then this particular week I'm making sort of a Mexican egg casserole, so I'm going to add a little bit of my Goya seasoning, as well as some salsa for extra flavor. I don't really measure, it's probably about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup. Okay. Then I'm just going to give that a quick whisk. And I already prepped all of my veggies. So for this week, I am adding a whole big bunch of kale, a bunch of tomatoes, peppers, and scallions, about a half a cup of black beans, and then a big handful of cilantro. The more, the better. I already have my oven preheated to 375, so I'm just going to give my pan a quick spray so it doesn't stick. And then what I like to do is layer all my veggies in the pan so that they're even instead of adding them to the eggs. So I'm just going to start with my kale and just spread it all over. Then evenly distribute all the black beans. That gives it a lot of fiber. And then I'm just going to sprinkle all the veggies on top. I didn't measure the veggies. Honestly, I don't think you can overeat vegetables, so I just add as much as possible. And if you wanted, you could definitely add some shredded cheese to this as well. Big sprinkle of cilantro. That looks so nice and bright and colorful. Then I just pour the egg mixture over the top. Just make sure it's evenly distributed over all those nice bright veggies. Just one egg. Give it a little mix. And that is it. It took me 5 minutes to prep the veggies. It took me 2 minutes to throw it all together. And this will give you 6 big servings and it'll give you breakfast all week. So I'm going to pop it in the oven, 30 minutes at 375. Okay, so next I'm going to be putting together some really healthy zucchini oatmeal muffins. So everything you'll need is a 1/4 cup of coconut oil, 1/3 of a cup of oats, 1/2 a cup of maple syrup, 1/2 a cup of almond milk, a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm using 2 zucchinis, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of cinnamon, baking soda, and baking powder, 1 egg, and 1 2/3 cup of whole wheat flour. So I'm just going to start by mixing together all of the dry ingredients. Just enough to mix everything together. Then I'm going to go ahead and add all my wet ingredients to a separate bowl. So that's, again, 1/2 a cup of almond milk. And I will link this recipe in the description box, so don't feel like you need to write it down. Now that that's all mixed, I'm just going to quickly grate the zucchini. So my zucchini is grated, made a little bit of a mess, but the most important part about this recipe is to squeeze all the moisture out of your zucchini. So I have some paper towels. You can use a clean dish towel, but I just find it's easier to use a paper towel for cleanup. I'm just going to scoop half of my zucchini onto here. Grab this little empty bowl and just really try to wring out as much moisture as possible. This way your muffins will not be soggy. As you can see, a lot comes out, so really just try to get as much as you can. And then I'm just going to dump the zucchini into my flour mixture. And then I'm just going to do the same thing with the other half of the zucchini. Scoop it all up. And you can grate this as finely as you want. I did a little bit of a bigger grate because I don't mind having a larger chunk of zucchini in it. Okay, add this to my flour mixture. Add my egg before, so I'm going to go ahead and add my egg. Give this another quick whisk, and then I'm just going to mix everything together and get it into my muffin tin. I like using these little silicone liners because they do not stick to them. The muffins will just pop right out, and they're super easy to clean. Okay, so I just grabbed my spoon, my spatula, and my cookie scoop. I'm just going to mix these all together. Then I'm going to add in the oats right at the end. So that's 1/3 cup of oats. One more mix. Okay, looks perfect. So, next I'm just going to grab my cookie scoop, easily get these right into these muffin tins. So that is it. The whole thing took maybe 5 minutes to put together. I'm going to get these in the oven and I will show you how they turned out. Okay, so breakfast of the week is done. We are moving right on to lunch. For lunch, I like to make mason jar salads. I make them pretty much every week. I do vary my ingredients. I keep a notebook of all different ingredient inspirations so that I can make different salads and I don't get bored. So the key to making mason jar salads is to layer your ingredients appropriately so that your salads do not get soggy. So at the bottom of the jar, you want to start with your dressing. I'm just using this Greek dressing I get from my favorite Greek restaurant. I do about 2 tablespoons. I use these little portion control containers I get from Beachbody. So I'm just portioning out my salad dressing. And then you want to start with either beans if you're using them or your really like firm, crunchy vegetables. So I'm going to start with some chickpeas. I just rinse them, drain them, and a can of chickpeas is about 2 cups, maybe a little bit less. So I do a little less than ½ a cup in each jar. I like to do about 4 salads a week. I find that that's pretty much as long as they'll stay nice and crisp in the fridge. And then the other days I'll either eat leftovers or we'll go out to eat or I'll find something. So just get the rest of these in the last jar. And then you can move on to your like crunchier vegetables. So for me, I am going to do a whole bunch of cucumbers. I just washed these, diced them up, and I will just divide them into each jar. So these will stay nice and crunchy even if they come in contact with the dressing. So I have some leftover grilled chicken that my husband made last night. I'm just gonna add a little bit to each container for a little bit of protein. Okay, so next I'm gonna add some of these raw walnuts just for a little bit of healthy fats. Maybe like a quarter cup of each. That's what this blue container is. These will give your salad a nice little crunch. And then I am just gonna top off each salad with a big handful of kale. This is just leftover kale that I have from our egg casserole. So I'm just gonna fill these up to the top. So the great thing about these is I can just grab a jar, stick it in my work bag, and I have lunch all ready to bring to work. All you have to do is give it a shake. I like to pour it in a bowl, but you can eat it right out of the jar if you want to. And that is it. 5 minutes prep. I have 4 lunches ready to go for the week. Okay, so I'm in the last part of my prep. I just like to wash and prep some veggies that I keep in the fridge so that I can snack on them either with hummus, ranch dressing, guacamole, whatever I'm in the mood for. So I'm just gonna peel and slice these carrots, chop up these peppers, and then we'll be done. So here is everything all done. The egg casserole came out of the oven. It smells amazing, as do these delicious zucchini muffins. My veggies are all prepped, ready to go for snacking. I also sometimes just grab these really quick to make a side salad for dinner. And here are my mason jar salads, all perfectly layered, ready to just grab for lunch at work or when I'm home with the kids. Give it a quick shake, pour it in a bowl, and lunch is ready. So that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and that it gave you some inspiration to do a meal prep of your own. I started meal prepping consistently when I was on maternity leave with my second baby. I just found that being home alone with the 2 kids throughout the week gave me no time to prepare healthy food for myself. So doing this sort of prep every Sunday when my husband was home and could help with the kids made sure that I had healthy food available at my fingertips. I could just easily grab it and I'd be set to go. So give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment below if you want me to do more meal prep videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!